Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and karibu sana katika kikao cha Sema na JG. This is where we discuss matters to do with women and especially women in business. Thank you so much, Kingdom Bank, for coming through. And so this episode is sponsored by Kingdom Bank Faidi Dada account. Kama wewe ni mwanamke na hujatembelea any branch ya Kingdom Bank, I don't know what you're waiting for. Anyway, today we are so honored to have Lilian Kasera. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Lilian is the founder and designer of Taji Sleepwear. Karibu sana, Lilian.
Thank you.
So, Lilian, who are you?
I'm a mother, I'm a wife, someone who's passionate about things to do with women, and that informed quite a bit of me starting Taji Sleepwear. So Taji Sleepwear basically sells sleepwear, loungewear, and knitwear. Our main focus is luxury, so we'd like women to feel good when they're in their homes, and even when you go to bed, you feel good, you feel comfortable. In as much as over the years, the business has grown and we introduced other sections for kids and men as well. But generally, our core business is for women.
So how did Taji Sleepwear come about?
Okay, Taji Sleepwear came about just like to fill in a gap, especially for me.
Okay.
Yes.
How?
I started off Taji not knowing that I was actually starting a business. I was looking for sleepwear. I'd newly married. Of course, now you get into dynamics of an extended family. You're going to visit your in-laws. You're looking for something comfortable to sleep in. And also, how will you move around that house?
Okay.
Yeah.
With your in-laws around. Yeah,
Yes.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yes. So with that in mind, I went online and I was trying to get clothes. When I would go to the supermarkets or to the shops, the ones I'd find were the nylon ones, the ones that our mothers used to wear, like the nylon, and then you put on a robe on top, from the top of your head. It's not wrapping from the side. So, and I felt those ones were so old, and since it's nylon, it's not comfortable. So then I started thinking about shopping outside Kenya, and this I started by shopping in the UK. I'd look at summer sales that would be there, and of course that would give me an opportunity to order items at a lower price.
Okay.
So since the items were lowly priced, what I would do, I would make a big order for the items that I need for friends who are close and my sisters.
Were you doing it online or you had someone?
No, I was doing it
UK?
online. First of all, there are shipping companies online who tell you that you can ship from the UK. All they do, they'll put your consignment together and send it to you in Kenya. So that's what I would do. So my first consignment came in from Boohoo. So I'd pick select items and then I'd see, okay, let me see if my friends would like. So these are friends, people who are close to me. I'd ask them, oh, I have robes, would you like? They started picking and they'll be like, oh, this is nice. And the next thing now, they're asking me, do you have others that you're bringing in? I'm like, okay.
Allah.
That was just for me, and I happened to pick a few more pieces.
Yes.
Now you cannot have 3 pieces, same color of items. So I decided to sell to you guys. So now, from there on, it also coincided with my husband starting his business, and he was now bringing in things from China. And I found that he was spending quite a bit of time on his machine, on Alibaba and all this. So I one day sat with him and told him, okay.
You're talking about Alibaba, the app?
Yes, Alibaba, the app. That was even before that the app. It used to be the website that time. So, and that is around there, 2016. So I was seeing him going through the website, and I was asking him, how are you navigating this? Then this is when he started explaining to me how he is able to get the best vendors, how he's able to know the MOQs, how to discuss the orders with the suppliers, how to pick the good suppliers that will give you quality, and even how to pick the suppliers per demographic. Because you find if you have suppliers that supply the UK market and the US market, you're better likely to get sizes.
And good quality.
Yes, that would fit the Kenyan market. So he took me through it, and with that I opened my account with Alibaba. So from there, and maybe what you can say, the rest is history.
So you stopped shopping in the UK?
I stopped shopping in the UK. One thing is that the lead times were too long. And also I had to wait for sales. Generally, the products are very expensive. And then we got to a point in Kenya whereby the Kenya shilling versus the pound was getting to almost 160. So it wasn't making sense anymore. And for me, I was doing it basically just to experiment.
It wasn't a business yet.
No, I was just experimenting.
Okay, you didn't feel like you're compromising the quality?
For the item that I started bringing in from China, first it was trial and error. Let me see how it's like. Yeah, if it's really good, then I'll proceed with this. So I brought in the first sets, and these were silk sets. Oh my goodness. Everybody tells you the first time is always a mess. It was a mess. The sizes were a little bit smaller. I could only sell up to people who were up to size 12.
Oh my God.
Yes. But the silk was very nice. The quality was nice, but the sizing was very small. So I got my first introduction hapo. The sizes were not working. And then
baptism
by fire. Then I went back to the drawing board. I started now focusing on fabrics. And if you see our marketing as Taji, we focus on fabrics.
I know.
We focus on bamboo fabrics, cotton fabrics, silk fabrics. So then I started doing my searches based on fabric. So what fabric qualities do I like? So I like cotton. I like cotton pajamas. So instead of just searching pajamas, I started searching cotton pajamas, bamboo pajamas. Then that time when I brought in my first bamboo pajamas was in 2018.
2018.
The market did not have anything bamboo. At all. And they were very expensive. And before I was selling products for prices between 1,500 to 2,500. And people were comfortable with it. So
Then comes bamboo
pajamas. I was having conversations with my sister, and I'm telling her, these ones are landing and I'm going to sell them for 4,500. She's like, people will buy pajamas for 4,500. Are you even serious? I was like, yes, I'm going to sell them at that price, because I've seen with analyzing my business, people are not buying when it's 2,500. I think I have the right product. I'm just targeting the wrong market. And that's when I actually changed my marketing completely. I started being very cautious with my target market and how I was putting out messagings and advertisings for the business. So the bamboo pajamas come in, and this is whereby we talk about destiny connectors. I am telling you. I brought in the first set, and I don't know if Grace Msalame will watch this. She was very instrumental in making that change for my business. I remember I had posted them. And I was using still the China models. I had not even used any local models because that time social media was not so big and content creation was not such a big thing. You could come in, use those white models, and still the items will sell. Try it now. It's not going to work. Everybody thinks it's fake. So that time I was using the models that the supplier sent me the photos. So Grace Msalame calls me one day and she's like, okay, I've seen your pajamas. They look very nice. And I would like a couple of sets of these pajamas. Remember that time the business was completely online. The time she's calling me, it's normal working hours. So I was like, okay, what do I do? I called my husband. So because my husband was running his own business, I call him. I tell him, by the way, nimepata call kutoka Grace Msalami. Can you imagine she wants my pajamas?
You know, that's a scoop.
Yes. So during my lunch break, I call my husband and tell him, by the way, I've gotten a call from Grace Msalami. She wants my pajamas, but I've told her the business operates online, and I normally fill the orders in the evenings or early in the morning, and then we dispatch. We used to have 2 specific dispatch days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, where I would put all the orders together. And at that time, the person who used to do for me most of my deliveries was my husband. So he'd get paid.
God bless him.
He'd get paid. They'd send him M-Pesa.
He sees the amount you are
he sees the
receiving.
amounts that are coming in. To a point you're telling me, nitaacha hii yangu sasa uniandikange.
No, he's a good man.
Yeah, so he would support me in that way. So I called him. I told him, by the way, she has sent me her address. Go to the store. We used to have a storage area in our house. So go to the store, pick this sets, and this colors. Please take to her home. So he does the delivery. So he's like, oh, by the way, umefanya niwe meet Grace Msalami. I've never met her. I only see her on TV. So, okay, he goes to make the delivery. She picks, and then she's like, okay, my mom is here, and she would like shorts. So it found that time I had brought in pajama trousers and pajama shorts. So she picks the shorts. I am telling you, she bought like 10 sets.
Oh my God.
10 sets. And
that's a total boost.
Yes, complete boost for my business. And that time, I didn't even know what I was even heading, where I was heading in terms of the business.
And I'm sure you didn't approach her to market for you.
No, I called her.
Oh, you did?
I called her that time. I told her, Aki, you've done something so big for me. Let me give you 20% off discount. I am only requesting for one thing. Post it on your stories.
Good girl.
I told her, just do for me one post on your stories. Let me tell you, by the end of that week, all those sets were gone.
Oh my God.
All those sets were gone. All those sets were gone. I always say, like when I sit down, I'm saying, like when God decides to bring someone your way to change your life, they will do it even without knowing.
I know.
And I bet even Grace Msalami, wherever she is, she doesn't even probably even remember Taji.
She'll watch this. I'll tag her.
I even remember that this incident happened, but she really changed the dynamics of my business.
Oh.
And she made me see where my business was headed. Because
Let me ask you. Sorry to cut you short. Why was your husband doing the deliveries? I thought the business was yours. What were you busy doing? I'm sorry.
Okay. I work in logistics. So
you employed?
Yes, I'm employed.
To date?
Yes, to date.
That's interesting.
Yes.
So this was a side hustle?
It was a side hustle. That's why I used to do orders in the evenings and in the morning.
Oh.
So I put all the orders together and he would distribute for me.
Okay.
Yes.
I now understand because I'm here busy wondering, why are you getting someone to deliver? Why not you?
Yeah.
So how do you manage the two? Employment, business?
Okay, now with the business growing, I got a team, and even there's so much that comes in between because from that growth and seeing the demand, the main focus for my business, because when I started having the sleepwear, my sisters, most of them are plus size, so they say, easy pajamas, hata pia ulete na zetu. So then my focus changed from the small size woman to the plus size woman. So if you see quite a bit of Taji's content, we predominantly focus on the plus size woman to fill in that gap for the plus size woman, to make her feel comfortable, to still feel that they can get the products that they need in the market. Okay. So filling that gap. So that's where now the direction of the business went in, because even that's where Grace Msalame was coming from, because she was asking me, will it fit me? And I was telling her, there's no fabric as good as bamboo fabric. And you will sleep in it. It will cool you off on those hot nights. And when it is warm, it will also accommodate you. If you've ever looked at maybe the interviews that Oprah has done, when you look at her favorite products, you'll see bamboo pajamas are her favorite product. Why? It is so accommodating, especially if you're going through menopause or the premenopausal woman. Those pajamas are the best.
Are you talking to some of us? So after Grace Musalame bought, you're still doing online?
Yes. So I'm still doing online. The business starts growing, and then I decide to open our first shop.
Okay.
In Kawasukari. Kawasukari is where we used to stay at the time. And so I said, okay, let me open a first shop to get someone now to relieve my husband of this pressure, and also the riders going all the way to our home, picking the orders from my nanny and all that. Because then we also have started, with the moment the business grows, you start having returns. How do you manage returns and all that? You need someone there. So I got my first employee and opened the first shop. So when I opened the first shop, opened it in cash, by the way. Yes, from the money that the business was making online.
From the profit?
From the profits, that shop costed me 250,000 to open.
Oh my God.
Yes, and did everything. It was small. It was 8,000 rent plus electricity, everything. But it gave us visibility and a place to distribute the products from. So there I started having a team. And then now my only job was, before I pass and go home, I would drive, go to the shop, count the stock. We do the math, how many have been bought and all that. So that kind of gave me some sort of comfort in that there's the everyday running of the business. Then now again, the clients start saying, Kawasukari is too far.
I was coming to that.
Most of my clients were in Westlands, Kilimani, Kitisuru, these sides. So I started playing with the idea of opening a shop in Westlands. Now,
and the rent.
But let me tell you, for every decision I've ever made, God has always directed my path.
Amen.
I have never... let me say, what is the right word? I always say, if God is directing you, never struggle. Things just fall in place.
God's command, God's things, we don't struggle with what God has already
He commands
ordained.
your steps.
Yes, truly, He does, yeah.
So now we fast forward. It's now 2022. We've moved from Kawasukari. Now we are living on this other side of town. On 2022, I gave birth to my child in June. So during that time, normally with most corporates, you'll find you have people coming to visit you at home to see the baby and all that. So I told my husband to drop me off at Kenrail Towers to go to the House of Leather. I wanted to buy some decor pieces, to just make the house feel nice. I get into Kenrail Towers. And it is now post-COVID and so many people had closed off. I'm like, there's so many spaces here. Then I remember I want to close the shop in Kawasukari because now I'd already moved. Even managing it was a problem because I constantly could not go there every day. And stuff, if you're not there every day, they're probably also not there.
Or they're selling their own stuff.
They're selling their own things inside there. So I get to Kenrail Towers. I actually forget what I've gone to do in Kenrail Towers. I find one of the askaris. I ask him, is the agent here? And me, I ask things like I have money in my pocket.
In faith.
Even if I don't have that money, he calls me the agent. So this guy comes up and I ask him, okay, do you have empty shops? He tells me, yes, we have quite a bit. He asks me, what do you want to sell? Maybe I sell clothes. I do not tell him specifically which ones because the moment I tell people, sleep, like, Sleepwear. Nguo za kulala. Okay. That's normally the first reaction. Nguo za kulala.
Depends on who you're talking to.
Yes. So then he takes me to Mezzanine too. Takes me to a cosmetic shop. He tells me this shop used to be a cosmetic shop. It's already done. The interior is done. And then he tells me this lady has just moved out last month. The time I was there was in 2022 September.
Okay.
So he tells me this person just moved out, and from there you're telling me it could be good for your business. So I asked him, okay, how does rent look like in this place?
Coming from Kahawa Askari.
Does rent look like? He tells me, here, you can pay between 45 to 55, and you have to pay 3 months rent, 3 months deposit. Nikifanya hesabu, my dear. Like, where am I going to get that kind of money? So he tells me, okay, there's also a joining door where the back end can be an office or a storage area. Let me go and get for you the keys. So he leaves me in that space. And the only thing I did there was say a prayer. When he left, I was like, God, if this is my next phase, I know you'll make it happen.
Sure.
So he goes, he comes, opens, I see the inside and all that. So he tells me, unataka lini? Anambia, nitakwambia, si unipatie namba yako. He gives me his number. And I leave. I go to House of Leather. I do my shopping. I sit on that. Idea. I really sit on it. I didn't even discuss it with my husband there and then because it would have seemed ridiculous at the time. So I did not discuss it with him. I just sit on it. There's another project we were working on with my husband. And it required some sort of financing. I'd already spoken to my RM. The loan was like completely processed for that project we were working on with my husband. We do the groundwork and all that. We find that this thing is not, it is not going to give us the money that we need, and it is not going to make sense, that project anymore. Then now I tell him the idea.
That we can use the same amount
yes.
to open another shop in Westlands. That's going to cost us like 45K per month.
So I started telling him, okay, I went. That day it took me to Kendrill. I looked at the spaces and all this. So since I'm applying for this financing, instead of me just telling the bank to reverse it, I might as well put this money here because I think it is the next step for Taji.
I'm disappointed in myself. Just the other day, I got a loan approved and I said, no. I didn't sign the offer letter. Anyway, a story for another day.
Yeah, so I said, I'll do it. And one thing I always tell myself, I'll do it and I'll do it scared. I'll just do it. The only thing that can happen is if it fails, it's okay. I tried. Yeah, so I am back on that journey. It's a whole new project. I don't know how to set up the interiors of such a big shop. And I watched, it just worked with grace. So I call this guy. He calls me again. Now we're in November. He calls me, madam, hii space mimi ningekuwa nimeshapatiana. I tell him, okay, let me just buy you lunch. Usahau ulikuwa unataka kupatiana. I buy him lunch. As I'm pushing the bank to process for me these funds. So I'm lucky enough, by December, the bank processes these funds.
Wow.
I pay for the space. After paying for the space, now is to look for the interior and all these things inside the shop. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous amounts of money. Now, there are people who came in and really helped me there. And one of these ladies is Lydia of Pintol Designs.
Okay.
And Lydia came in the shop. She took the measurements and everything. And this time I had gotten someone to do the paintwork and the gypsum wall. And that was also another referral from another friend. That it was quite a great amount of work to be done in terms of the wall and the gypsum. And he only did it for just 55,000 shillings.
Wow.
I am telling you, yani God.
Things of the Lord.
Yes. So I talked to Pinto. She comes in, she does the interior and all this. And they tell her, for now, I can only afford to give you 150 to start on the job. Like, there's a lot of metal work to be done here. And she was like, okay. Imagine she did the work.
Wow.
She did the work. She did everything. The mirrors. Then that entire shop was done by Pinto Designs. And if you saw the way I paid that girl, even me, I was in tears because of the way I was paying her. Because I know it's a business. I paid her in bits, because what happened is I found that I had made my orders from China. By now, I have solid suppliers. Everything is solid. But guess what? There's something called Chinese New Year.
Yes, they they usually take a break.
Yes, they take a break for a whole month.
Yes.
I did not take that into account. I had made my orders. Now I have
The whole of Feb, or is it the whole of Jan?
better part of mid-Jan to up to around mid-Feb.
Yes.
So I had made my orders, everything, but some needed to be custom made. I am very big on branding. So let's things like the hangers and all that. So they told me you can pay, but the factory is not open. Meaning they'll start the custom work towards end of February when they come back, early March. The hangers are heavy. It has to be shipped by sea. I was receiving these things beginning of April. Pintol already started working on the shop in February. So my money is held up because in my mind I was thinking this inventory, all these things will come in, then we'll start selling, I'll start now getting some money to even now start paying her because the loan amount I got was not that much in terms of now when now we got to the ground of what, because the loan, the application was not for the business. So it was not done based on the costs of setting up the business. No, it was for something else. So here is where by now I have other additional costs coming up in terms of bringing out the brand in the manner in which I wanted it to come out, and also focus on my target market. What do my target market like to see? Yeah. So, but then all in all, I got good people who worked with me, held my hand. I paid in bits and pieces, and it all came through. And the moment we opened, she even came in and purchased a set. She was like, Lilian, you've done such a big thing. And I was like, that's why for me in my business, I really, really focus on working with women because women understand women's problems better and they're able to hold each other's hands without any sort of criticism. And all the people I worked with to set up the business were women, and they really helped hold my hand, including my RM that time who supported me to help set it up. Yeah.
So what challenges have you experienced now that your business is established, it has grown? And by the way, are you still employed?
Yes, I'm still employed. So how do I do it? Systems. I am so big on systems. I'm so big on systems. With the introduction of AI, we've also managed to integrate some AI systems into Taji's systems that have really helped us. And that is on the messagings and also getting someone to talk to you when there's no one online to talk to you. So I've done so many of those demos that the directions we have invested and it has failed. The directions now we are heading now as a business from scratch, because one thing with all these things that comes with systems, it's mostly trial and error. Even the people pushing them in the market, it's also new to them. So you start working with the system, 3 months on, hey, kona challenges, you change. Kona challenges, you change. But the systems that have worked for me have really worked. And first that I started off with was an inventory management system, whereby inventory is entered, invoicing is done and I can see it from my phone. Wherever I am, I'm seeing the transactions. The other thing, of course, having a CCTV helps you see what is going on in the shop. Then the other thing we have, being in corporate has helped me understand the meaning of processes and how processes work. So with my team, we have a weekly meeting. In this meeting, we discuss the plans for the week, the content going out, the products coming in from production. By the way, right now, the business is running 80% on local production, made in Kenya.
How did we move from China to Kenya?
The story is very long. Let me tell you.
No, you can
first
shorten it. Just
Let me
just
tell
to
you
inform us.
Tell you first how we are running. With me running my 8 to 5. So with those systems in place, we have the systems running and also now the team that is involved. So
and the weekly meetings.
The weekly meetings. So from the weekly meetings, we document what needs to be done that week, the content that needs to be done, the product of the week. If there are any sales, promotions, calendar events for the week are discussed well in advance. So calendar events for the month, we discuss them at the beginning of the month. Which activities are we having? Which influencers are being engaged? How many influencers are being engaged? Which products are they pushing? For the products that they are pushing, what is running in production? Because it needs to go hand in hand. So the team is aligned on what needs to be done. And on that as well, there's a daily report that they share. So the daily report will include the activities for the day. It will include the sales for the day. It will also include customer feedback for the day.
Okay.
People who came in the shop and said, oh, I like this. You don't have it in green. You don't have it in pink. You do not have it in size small. So that information is very important for the brand to help know the demand.
Okay.
So we stop pushing products, but instead fill gaps.
You address the need.
Fill in the gaps in the market. Now,
so we go to how you got to start making it local, or you started making it local.
Okay. So I got a lot of people liking the silk pajamas.
Okay.
If you search online, even if you go to ChatGPT, it will tell you the best place to get silk pajamas is from Taji Sleepwear.
Wow.
Just right now. So that's how much we are really pushing AI. So silk pajamas came in because I got people who wanted silk pajamas and there was a gap. And the gap was with my plus size clients. So you get the silk pajamas and here midrib zinakatika. Ukiinama.
Gone.
Because of how they are being done.
Yes.
And the type of silk they are using. So for Taji, we focus on the high spec of silk. With that type of silk, we started doing getting contract manufacturers, people who would do for us a manufacturing on our behalf. So we'd subcontract
Locally
that.
or?
Locally.
Okay.
Locally. So because of the minimum order requirements that we wanted, for China, they'd want you to do bigger quantities. And with the market, especially when it comes to textile and clothes, tastes and preferences keep on changing.
Plus, we don't want a Kenya uniform thing.
You don't want 200 pieces of color green. And then next month, someone is telling me, I want pink. You start getting upset with the client, but they just want something different. So I engaged several subcontractors, and anytime you start something new in business, be prepared to get burnt. These fingers will get burnt.
I know.
So we got our first subcontractor. Hey, I've never used that much silk fabric because silk is very sensitive. In terms of the sewing of silk, the tensions you put on the machine, very important, or else the thread would pull. So from
Like
the
pull
first
moja, that's it.
That's it. So from the first subcontracted manufacturer, it didn't work. I had so much waste. The product came out, it was extremely expensive. To the extent I had to sell it at
throwaway price.
Yes, to just recover the cost. But now I went back into the market again to search for another manufacturer. And I was lucky enough to get someone else who could do it. And we started that journey with this person. And we really built a relationship over time. So now I started focusing on the designs. I've always been someone with an imaginative mind. I draw my own designs.
Wow.
So I started drawing the designs. So yes, it's pajama, but it is versatile. So you find our pajama trousers are high waist. So it's high waist. It has a tie, and you can wear it even with bodysuit.
Decent enough
Yeah.
even to have breakfast with it.
Yes, and you can wear
In
we
it,
can
I
wear
mean.
it with a bodysuit and wear it as loungewear.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
So if
really?
you see some of the photos that we've done with the models, you see the models are wearing a bodysuit. So there was this a pajama trend that was going on, whereby some people were doing pajama evenings. Yeah, it was very much online. The Kardashians, Khloe Kardashian
I almost
was doing
collapsed
it.
one day when my son told me about some pajama party they were going for, and I was like, Jesus Christ, when did you get here?
Yes, it's trending. It was trending. So with that in mind, I started creating designs that are versatile.
Okay.
If you see right now, we have a collection called Faidi collection. Faidi collection comes with a camisole, and it's a short set. It's a camisole short set, and also it's a slip dress. The slip dress, if you put on a jacket, it becomes an evening dress.
Yes.
Yeah, the camisole, you put on a jacket, you can wear it to the office
I think I've seen it.
because it has a plunging neckline, and you put it on with a jacket, you go with it to the office.
good to go.
Most of my designs, I focus on making them as versatile as possible. Meaning, you know, for Kenyans and even me, you want value for money.
True.
If I buy something, I just don't want to wear it one way. I look at the different ways I can put it on. And because of the amount of money that you're going to spend buying our pieces, we try and make them as versatile as possible. That if you're someone who wants to get the most out of your money, buying our pajamas is something that you will enjoy.
Okay.
Yes.
So other than kugongewa kwa business, what other challenges have you encountered?
Financing.
Okay.
Financing was such a big thing. So now I'm working with a local manufacturer. And since I'm working with a local manufacturer, I need more money. Why do I need more money? I need more inventory turns in production. Meaning I need to churn out more designs and more different colors so that the market does not get bored. So if someone tells me, okay, can I get pink? How fast can I get it? Yeah, I tell them, okay, give me a week. Yeah, because the materials, I started getting suppliers locally who would supply me with the materials.
Okay.
So now I'm able to purchase, and that's now that is where the working capital comes in. Because then if you do not have a good financial partner, the business starts failing. Okay. Not because it's not making money, but because it does not have running money.
Okay.
The operational money is not there. You're able to pay bills, you're paying salaries, but you do not have money to keep the business running.
I know.
Yeah, and you need that money for the moments when the sales are low.
Okay.
Because if you're constantly relying on sales and the sales become low, the business starts dwindling.
You also
because
go
you
low.
just sell like this, you pay.
Exactly.
You sell like this, you pay. So you don't have that running money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you sort it?
So I started looking for avenues where founders are meeting, because I realized I'm in 8 to 5. When I leave my 8 to 5 job, I go home. I am not meeting other founders. I'm not able to interact with other founders and see how they're solving their problems. So at this point, there's a platform called Komini. Komini had put out an invitation for where people, founders are meeting and all that. So I decided to register to go for that meeting. And in this meeting, it was just catch up. People were talking, different founders were talking. And I found a lady who had just sat down on her own and she was just chilling, having her cocktail. And I asked her, oh, hi, how are you? And she was just casually dressed. And she tells me, oh, I'm Lucy. And we were talking numbers. So, and I'm one person who's generally very open. So I told her, may I have one pain point? My pain point is financing. How are you dealing with it when it comes to your business? Yeah, she tells me, financing? She asks me, on an overview, how much is your business running in a month? I give her the number. She's like, that's a good number. You should be able to get financing. I tell her, with the bank I'm working with, they're telling me they need me to have up to 5 million a month. I'm like, if I'm to run 5 million a month, that is quite a bit. I've not gotten to that point yet. Yeah.
And maybe at 5 million per month, you don't need financing.
Yes, exactly. Probably you even have investors.
Exactly.
Yes, in the business. So she tells me, there's this bank called Kingdom Bank. They've walked that journey with me. So I tell her, okay, Kingdom Bank. Yes. And then she tells me her business, she's running it from Rongai. So she tells me, okay, let's look for the branches. It was on Friday evening. So the catch-up session was from around 7. So we are having this discussion with her. She tells me, Kingdom Bank, go to any branch, open an account with those guys. They're going to help you. So I tell her, okay, so for you, she tells me her numbers, the overdrafts that she's been given. I'm like, umefika huko. Mimi na wewe tu. Where an overdraft you're getting up to around 5 million. How?
Overdraft.
Yes. And I'm like, these people must be very, very, very nice. And of course, your numbers must be very, very, very good. But it's okay. And that's why I normally tell people, never sit anywhere and judge someone from the way they look. You never know who that person is.
And you also don't understand what they are going through.
Yes. So, I always say, if I never spoke to that lady, the things I've been able to do with Kingdom, I joined Kingdom last year, September of 2025.
Please tell me they sorted your finances.
They did.
Oh my God.
They did. And from that time, we've even done so far 2 financial facilities from them.
Kingdom Bank, thank you.
Kabisa. So,
and by the way, if you're there and you're watching this program, can you go and visit any branch of Kingdom Bank?
So I go to their branch in Gashie, in Wangige. I go to their branch in Wangige. And I meet this lady called Maureen Kamadi. So Maureen, I give her the background story of Taji and how the business is running. I tell her I really need financing, but I'd like us to start small so that I see how you guys are working and I can transfer all my finances and financial statements and all that. So we go through the process. She even tells me, okay, we can do a short-term loan. This is the amount of money we can give you. You pay in 6 months and it's on reducing balance, 16% interest. I'm like, where? 16% interest? Okay. I have been struggling. So she tells me that, she gives me the breakdown and we start the process of the documentation. She asks me for inventory. The moment I share with her, she's like, where you even have a system that tells you the value of your inventory. This is very good. I like the way your business is structured. So I was like, okay, thank you very much. She comes in, takes photos of the shop. We log in the inventory. I even tell her the inventory that I currently have in production. And we are able to put in all the numbers. And I'm telling you, within 3 weeks, Kingdom gives me money.
Wow.
Just based on documentations from my previous statements.
No security, nothing.
Nothing. No security. Unsecured, they give me money. What? So I started the journey with Kingdom, and that effect trickled even to my production team because they felt it. Now they're like, oh, there's more work. I'm like, yes, there's more work. I give them money, and now everybody is now better just because of one source of financing. An entire group of people are doing better. I bring in somebody else on board. I start working on afresh on our website to just bring in more structures into the business. So then we start growing with Kingdom. It gets to December. I'm already making my payments. It's now January. And Maureen calls me. She tells me, Lilian, at this point, you can decide to refinance and get a higher financing for your business, because we're looking at your numbers. The numbers are good. We can even give you much bigger financing. I'm like, you're serious? I already have the math. So I had already done the numbers in terms of production and the projections that we need to have. And the main thing is to focus on not selling hakuna. Anyone in business will tell you hakuna. Hakuna is your worst enemy. Is to bridge the gap to not sell hakuna. And that was focusing on building our local production. Because the main focus is to ensure that we move up to 100%. And I was telling her we're bringing in a cotton line.
Wow.
Now we've done silk. Now we even have a cotton line of pajamas made in Kenya.
Hey, your story needs a whole day. Hey, in the interest of time, kindly inform our viewers your social media handles.
Okay, so on Instagram, it's Taji _ Sleepwear. Taji _ Sleepwear. And on Facebook, it's Taji Sleepwear. And on TikTok, it's still Taji Sleepwear.
Do you sell on TikTok?
On TikTok, yes. Okay, we are not very good with the live. But
with the things I watch on TikTok. Anyway,
I have very good ladies. I have very good ladies who...
And they're able to deal with those...
they're able to do the
madness
music.
on TikTok.
Yeah, they're able to do the music. They're able to do the nice jingles and the trends.
Okay.
And it becomes very entertaining. So when it comes to the TikTok content, I always tell them have fun.
Okay.
You have liberty to create content and just have fun.
Because that's the correct and the right target audience.
Yes.
Where do you see your business in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I foresee the business having branches in all the major cities in Kenya. And also, I foresee the business being 100% made in Kenya.
Wow, great.
Yes, so that we build our economy, we build the textile industry. I saw there a period last year where so many local manufacturers were struggling because there was no money in the market. We didn't have money in the market. Even my subcontractor was struggling and he had to let go of several fundis. And yes, and the more we do local, the more our people are engaged, the more our people have employment, and the more we are able to even create a niche for ourselves for Made in Kenya.
And on that note, I want you to talk to a woman, that lady who is staying at home and thinking they can't make it, they can't do business. I want you also to address the youth. They also have this notion of hakuna kazi, so our future is gone. What can you tell them based on the experience you've had in business and the assistance from Kingdom Bank, of course, because you're telling me Kingdom Bank came through for you.
Yes.
So what is that 1 or 2 words that you have for them, just to encourage them?
Okay, so I'll start with the woman. For the woman, business is your everyday life. Whatever challenge you're facing, there's another woman facing it. So if your challenge is Mama Fua. Start a Mama Fua business where you are. If your challenge is access to groceries, start a grocery business where you are. So it is filling that gap that you have yourself first. Yeah. So it starts with you. The moment you're feeling a gap that you are experiencing, it is very easy for you to feel it in the market. Because
feel
you
it well.
Yeah, and feel it well because you already know where the challenges are. So you start from known to unknown. The business will grow and it will bring in other things into your business. But there is that why. Why you started is what keeps the business going. So the why, if your why is to fill in that gap in the market, keep on filling it until you've now get into other areas of that market that you are not exposed to. So if where you're living there's a gap of mandazis, probably you have to go walk all the way, maybe 2-3 further away to get your mandazis or chapatis. You can fill in the gap for the people where you live. So
be the first customer.
Yeah, be the first customer. So yes. And when it comes to
the youth,
it's what I can say is mindset shift. Shift your mindset. If you grew up seeing that employment is the only way, you need to change that mindset, because right now we are in the social media age. People are making millions just by accessing the internet. We saw a young man coming in called, I Show Speed.
I Show Speed.
But my kids knew him. So I was like, okay, this young man is apparently making so much money. And I was like, how? But just being online.
Just an idea.
Just an idea. So with the social media age, and now everybody having access to everyone because of the internet, the opportunities are endless.
Huge.
They are endless.
Yes. And finally, I know you're married, happily married. But what's your take on the dating scene today in Kenya?
From the stories I hear, it is rough. And
hakuna mtu atawahi kaa chini hapa aseme, from the stories I hear, it's a good thing.
No, from the stories I hear, it is rough. But one thing I always say is, yes, the dating scene might have changed, but your principles and what you stand by remain the same. So if you focus on who you are, where you want to be, where you want to go, and your focus is on you, you'll meet someone who understands and is aligned to what you're focusing on. So you cannot constantly shift because of how the dynamics in the dating scene are shifting.
Sure.
So remain true to yourself.
Yeah, and trust in God. Pray.
Yeah.
He will bring the right person. Finally, do you have a question for me?
Yes, this platform, I asked you when we started, how many years have you run this platform? Why did you start it? And where do you see yourself in the next maybe 3 years?
Wow.
I've given you 3.
I'll start with the last one. Where I see myself in the next 3 years, I see myself doing the opera thing.
Ooh,
nice. Yes, I know. I'll get there.
Nice.
About the platform, it's a passion I have for the ladies and the youth, but more so the single ladies, because what I read in my inbox, on my social media platforms, there's so many women out there telling me, Joyce, I need to start a business. I don't even know where I'm going to start from. So I thought about it and I said, why can't I create content that will help them? Content that can be watched many days in future and even after we are, okay. A long-term thing.
Yes.
a platform I can send ladies to go and watch from different ladies, because I tell you the truth, the ladies who have sat on that seat, the stories they have, they're so inspiring. And one thing I've come to realize, you don't necessarily have to have the money in cash. It's just an idea, and you start moving. So I started the podcast in 2019, and then I got COVID in 2020. But those days I was doing entertainment and personal stories. But this time I thought about a platform where the women and the youth can go watch stories from other women and other youth who have made it in business. So that's how I decided to start this. And my prayer is that it's going to benefit someone. Someone can log on, someone can watch Semana JG and have a business idea. Yes, like your story now. I expect someone from Busia Uko or somewhere, to start something based on what you've shared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Aki, Lilian.
Thank you for having
Only
me.
that time is not on our side. Otherwise, we would have gone on and on. And to you, the viewer, thank you so much for watching Semana JG. Remember, this specific episode is brought to you by Kingdom Bank. Faidi Dada account. Go running to any Kingdom Bank branch. Tell them Joyce Gituro amekutuma and ask them about Faidi Dada account. And until then, asante sana, and kindly subscribe to our channel. God bless you.
God bless you.